How many of you will be baking with your family during this holiday season? I know I will be. Today I'll be showing you my process for making snickerdoodle cookies. I love to make them, and they are dearly loved by my friends and family. Today I'll show you the steps for making them and also an alternative way to enjoy them. I will be showing you how to bake snickerdoodles based on my experience making them through trial and error and through research. I'll also be sharing with you my secret ingredient to make them even more delicious. In showing my audience how to make snickerdoodle cookies, I'll discuss the following: the appliance and ingredients needed, the preparation and baking process, and lastly, the perfect baking time. First, let's discuss the ingredients needed for this recipe. According to Sigworth in an online web article titled Mrs. Sig's Snickerdoodles, published December 15th, 2016, the following ingredients are needed: half cup softened butter, half cup shortening, 1.5 cups of white sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons white sugar, and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Additional items needed would be a mixer, measuring cups, baking sheets, and an oven. You can get your ingredients from any grocery store, but I usually get mine from like Target or Walmart, basically just anywhere that they sell food and stuff like that. According to Sigworth in 2016, in the web article titled Mrs. Sig's Snickerdoodles, these cookies are a crowd pleaser for sure. And she is right. I make these all the time for my friends and family, and they cannot get enough of them. One of my friends especially loves the texture of these cookies. According to a web article titled Snickerdoodles and Sugar Cookies, published on November 12, 2013, cream of tartar is the key ingredient in producing this mouth-watering texture. It says, these characteristics are due specifically to the chemical makeup of cream of tartar, which prevents the cookie from developing a sugar crystal-induced crunch that sugar cookies have, instead of giving it a soft and pillowy texture. So if you want sugar cookies instead of snickerdoodles, just leave out the cream of tartar. Now that I have discussed the ingredients needed to make snickerdoodles, I will discuss how to prepare the dough. Second, I will teach you how to make the dough. To make the dough, you will need to combine all the dry ingredients together, and then in a separate bowl combine the wet ingredients. After that, slowly mix them together in a large mixing bowl. It is at this point when I will use my secret ingredient. I always add a dash of ground cloves into my dry ingredients to boost the flavor. I really love ground cloves, and they just make everything taste way better, so it just gives it more like a rounded flavor. So, yeah. I like to turn my mixture on low to start, and I use a measuring cup to slowly add in the dry ingredients so that it does not go everywhere. We've all been there. Next, you will want to chill the dough in the refrigerator for 1 hour. According to Amber in the web article titled Chocolate Snickerdoodle Cookies, chilling the dough will result in more thick, puffy, and a soft cookie, but with less cracks. Although you can bake them without chilling the dough, I prefer to chill the dough for at least an hour because I think it gives them the best texture. I've had issues before where I haven't chilled the dough and then they've completely flattened out and just been really gross and the wrong texture, so I highly recommend chilling the dough. While the dough is chilling, you can combine the 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I usually never follow the measurements though, and I just eyeball how much I need of each or make more than the recommended amount because the ingredients there's not really enough, so I always add more sugar and more cinnamon. After the dough is done chilling, take it and roll the dough into little 1-inch balls and roll them in the cinnamon sugar and place them on your baking sheet. Now that we have discussed how to prepare the dough, I will discuss baking temperature and how long to bake them for. Lastly, let's talk about the perfect baking time. Once the dough is prepared, it's time to bake. According to Bee in a web article titled Soft Snickerdoodle Cookies, you should preheat your oven to 400 degrees. After your oven is preheated, you will place your cookie dough inside to bake for 8 to 10 minutes. I always bake it in between the time they say, so if it's 8 to 10 minutes, I would usually bake it for 9 minutes. So yeah, and they always come out so good after that. It's great. Once they are done baking, take them out of the oven and remove from the baking sheets to cool, and then enjoy. In conclusion, in showing my audience how to make snickerdoodle cookies, I have discussed the following: the ingredients needed, how to make the dough, and finally, how long to bake them for. According to Gavin in a web article titled Snickerdoodle Cookies, published December 16, 2019, Snickerdoodle's cookies are a delightful treat rolled in cinnamon and sugar. I hope you will make these cookies at home for yourself and discover that they really are delightful. These cookies are fun and easy to make, so I hope that this speech informed you on how to make them and that you'll give them a try this holiday season.